Day one, Utah High School Association Track and Field Championships here on the Brooklyn University campus. It's going to be a great day of competition for the 5A and 6A categories, which will be the qualified finalists in all but the 32 winners, which will be a first thing this morning. I want to remind all of our competitors that no electronics are allowed in the field of competition. So make sure you take out all of your electronics, including blood glasses if you have them. And note that all field event athletes, please do not throw your field event, do not throw your implement anywhere other than the field of competition. Out in the warm-up area, the athletes please be trained and cool down so that we don't get too many competition. Beginning with the girls, 1,300 meters at 11 o'clock.
We do want to remind everyone that the concession stands are open and shirt shop is open. If you have a pick up your safety equipment, you've got a 281 permit before you have to go check out the flag for shirt shop. down in front of the west side stand, we have our first event to go 5A 3,200-meter race. Here are the athletes and their numbers. Wearing number 21, this is Junior for 27, 27, 27 on it. Sharp on the left side.
Welcome to the Utah High School Activities Association 3A State Championship softball game. Special thanks to BYU for hosting the finals, and for the grounds crew for the job they do in preparing the field for play. Success takes teamwork, and these teams appreciate the support they have received from parents, family, administration, student bodies, spectators, and fans. Throughout today's championship game, please be an example of good sportsmanship by demonstrating respect for the players, coaches, and officials. By doing so, you'll show your positive support for the mission of education-based athletics in Utah. And now, let's welcome onto the field the two teams who will be competing in today's championship game. First of all, the visiting team, the North Sanpete Hawks. And the designated home team, the Grantsville Cowboys. Let's give these two teams a round of applause for their great success. At this time, the Utah High School Activities Association would like to recognize the seniors on both teams by having them step forward. First of all, for North Sanpete, number 5, Afton Cook. Number 8, Alan Oldroyd. Number 18, Honey Eliason. And number 23, Miley Cook. And now for the Grantsville Cowboys, seniors include number 2, Seton Thornton. Number 6, lost to our America and those valiant men and women who fight to protect our freedoms as we enjoy this game today. With the performance of our national anthem, which will be given by Donnie Pay.
.325, 326, she's on pace to run sub-10. If she holds this pace, she will be the second young lady in Utah high school history to run sub-10 here at the state meet. Macy Lee, Maya Lee, Lauren McMaster, the next three. And others in that pack of 10. .333, 334, she here dominates the
And now let's meet the players and coaches for today's game. First of all, for the Sanpete Hawks, non-starters. Number 4, Lincoln Hall. Number 7, Kenley Sorensen. Number 9, Chancey Bailey. Number 11, Caden Sawyer. Number 16, Caitlin Sorensen. Number 21, Kaylee Cook. Number 25, Annie Matson. Number 26, Mackenzie Thompson. And number 27, Brinley Johnson. The head coach of North Sanpete is Landon Bailey. Here is the starting lineup for the Hawks. Leading off and playing center field is number 3, McKinley Burnside. Batting second and playing left field is number 18, Hallie Eliason. Batting third is the pitcher, number 13, Casey Johnson. Batting fourth is the catcher, number 17, Rowan Stewart. Batting third and playing second base is number 2, Adrian Jacobson. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is number 23, Miley Cook. Batting seventh and playing right field is number 14, Martin Johnson. Batting eighth and playing first base is number 8, Bottom Oldroyd. Batting ninth is the designated player, number 19, Mackenzie Matson. On the flex way, playing third base, number 5, Afton Cook. The assistant coaches are Rich Gibbons, Stephanie Blaine, and Jane Anderson. The athletic director is Jerry Happy, and the principal is Christine Stratton. And now let's meet the athletes, coaches, principal, and athletic director for the Grantsville Cowboys. Number 4, Shirley Lee. Number 7, Abby Wood. Number 8, Ivory Rogers. Number 9, Leslie Dahl. Number 10, Brooke Goodnight. Number 11, Taylor Bradfield. Number 12, Malia Pullman. Number 15, Emily Butler. Number 16, Hazley Shields. Number 17, Carson Nicholas. Number 19, Alina Castano. Number 20, Bailey Wooden. Number 21, Danielle Williams. Number 22, Brooklyn Jensen. Number 25, Braden Vanderbilt. Number 26, Kimber Critchlow. Number 28, Alexis Rivera. Number 29, Evelyn Maxfield. And number 30, Katie Smokin. The head coach of Grantsville is Tony Tyler. The starting lineup for the Cowboys, leading off and playing shortstop is number 13, Eden Russell. Down second as the designated player, number 1, Brinley Anderson. Down third and playing first base is number 24, Peyton Bideway. Down fourth is the catcher, number 23, Kira Hart. Down fifth is the pitcher, number 18, Hayden Bideway. Batting 6 is the left fielder, number 6, Addison Baker. Batting seventh and playing third base is number 14, Sadie Costello. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 5, Hazley Hall. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 3, Camry Allen. The bench player playing center field is number 2, Sadie Baker. Sean Allen, Erica Sacco, Sarah Sandberg, and Robert Gonzalez. The manager is Christina Rodriguez. Athletic director Alex Kirkpatrick, and the principal is Aaron Bedell. The USSA would like to thank everyone, including scorekeepers, announcers, gatekeepers, and concession workers. A special thanks to our crew of umpires, under the direction of our umpire-in-chief, Russ Carter. The umpires for today's championship game are Nick Coleman behind home plate. At first base, Lillian Gardner.
Welcome to the final day of the 3A State Championship softball tournament here. Today we are at BYU on the Gail Millard Field, and what a beautiful setting for a softball championship. I personally am so grateful that they get this opportunity. Spanish Fork's a wonderful place to play a state championship, but what a golden opportunity it is to play here at Gail Miller Field. Joining me again will be Donnie Pay. A little bit late getting here. We couldn't figure out why until we saw the national anthem. She was down on the field playing her violin. Well done, Donnie. Welcome.
Thank you.
We've had all the introductions and everything ready to go, so we are prepared now to start the game. Again, the format is thus. North Sanpete is the visiting team designated. Grantsville will be the designated home team. Now, Grantsville is undefeated, and so North Sanpete would have to win 2 ball games today. So we play the first one. If they win, we will go immediately to a second game here today. And last week, as I mentioned yesterday a couple of times, that happened last week with the 1A. Milford had to win 2 to take it all, which they did. And Enterprise had to defeat their opponent twice to win the championship, which they did. So it is doable. It has been done twice already this year. We'll see what happens today, but that is the format of today's softball tournament's action.
We're in for a treat today, Dennis. And like you said, it has been done. So Sanpete's been hot on the bats. They finished yesterday off really hot, taking care of Union in a run rule. So Grantsville, it'll be interesting to see. Grantsville's had that long rest, so we'll see what Sanpete can do with their bats.
And I believe in the previous game, which Grantsville won, it ended up being a 10-run rule, I believe, in that ball game. But that's not to say that can happen again. We'll see. I'm trying to look that one up.
Let's see here.
But the game that North Sanpete won ended up being quite an interesting ball game. As I've got that one wrong.
Have they played? They played.
I take that back. The 11-1 was against Union. So.
Yes, no. So I believe this is the first time North Sanpete and Grantsville have matched up this year, correct?
I'm glad you're here to straighten me out again. But it was kind of interesting. We had storm delays, we had blackouts, we had all sorts of problems yesterday, and North Sanpete kept their cool through it all to get themselves into this ball game, so they are ready to go. We'll start defensively for Grantsville with Hayden Bideway pitching, Kira Hart catching, Peyton Bideway at first, Camry Allen at second, Sadie Castino at third, Aiden Ressel Shortstop, Addison Durfee in left, Sadie Thornton in center, and Hazley Hall in right. And starting the batting order for North Sanpete, McKinley Burnside. And she'll take the first pitch, swing and miss.
Burnside started off hot in that leadoff position for the Hawks all year long. She's done a good job there from the right side of the plate. We'll see what she can start off today.
Again, Grantsville always has the great pitching, and they've got 3 good ones again this year, highlighted by Hayden By the Way. And you were mentioning yesterday that both the By the Way girls have scholarships to advance on.
They do. They will both be continuing their softball careers at Salt Lake Community College. So they're going to a great program there. They'll definitely be a benefit for that program there at Slick. So.
Oh, right back up the middle. Nice job by Burnside. It'll go all the way into center field. And so she'll start the game with a big single. And that's the way you want your leadoff runner to do it. You mentioned also that the older By the Way girl ended up at Snow. Is that right?
I believe so.
Got a scholarship to Snow. So
yeah, they've got quite the family of softball players, talented young ladies for sure.
And they have a nice junior in Henderson who pitched the first game.
Yeah. And
did really well. So great pitching there and play at Grantsville High School. They've won how many in a row?
Grantsville comes in as a 3-time defending state champion. Grantsville, Coach Cloward. Coach Cloward had a bit of a health scare last year. Those kids came out, they played hard and ended up winning the championship last year. He's back down on that third baseline. It's good to see him up and about. And the Cowboys they've not missed a beat. So they are back at it again this year. And like you said, undefeated, come in as the #1 seed into the state tournament. So.
In terms of bunt, the first pitch was bunted foul. Second pitch is going to be high, so it'll be a 1-1 count to Hallie Eliason, the #2 batter, playing center left field. Casey Johnson, the pitcher, will be up next. And North Sanpete had a bit of a scare yesterday as Casey Johnson tweaked her back, and then the last inning was struggling badly.
Yes, they did.
But she got the day off, so. Some time off to try and rehab that back.
It will be interesting to see. Hopefully Johnson, they got her fixed up last night with some rest. She is their workhorse. She is the anchor there on that mound for North Sanpete. So we'll hope that she is in good health today and 100% so that we can see what the Hawks have full strength, because they're going to need it against the Cowboys, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they'll need her in tip-top shape against this Cowboy offense that's so potent. So we've gone 2-2 on the count here to Hallie Eliason. She's tried a couple of bunts, fouled both of them off. It's a little bit more difficult to bunt against By the Way because she brings such speed and movement on the ball.
Yes.
Makes bunting a very tricky thing, but now with 2 strikes, I expect her to swing away.
Eliason's a triple threat there at the plate. She is an excellent little softball player. I actually get to work with her aunt. So I have a little bit of backdoor info on her. She's a cute young lady, an amazing young lady's come back from that injury on her knee there and battled back. We'll look to see what she does. Once she gets on the base pass, she's pretty deadly. So we'll move now to Johnson. See what Johnson can come up with this morning.
Eliason strikes out. By the way, records her first strikeout in the ball game. And the #3 batter, Casey Johnson, the pitcher, what we've been talking about, comes to the plate with 1 on 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Swing and a miss there. Looks like By the Way's got her good stuff today.
By the Way's just tough. She has been tough the entire tournament. Lots of movement, works that plate well. She's a great little pitcher. She's just a great softball player. These by the way, both of those young ladies, they play multiple positions, as do most of the kids on these fields.
Yeah.
The game of softball has changed. A lot of these young ladies, they don't just play one spot.
They do, and that's 2 strikes against her. But interesting, the twins, I am assuming they're twins, they're the same age, but the By the Way girls, one throws right, one throws left, which is not a terrible thing if you're twins, but
right.
But both of them very good pitchers. And right now, Heather, we'll get it right here. Got the wrong thing up, but one
Hayden
plays first and one playing. And the runner goes on a pitch that's high. Good slide
wheels
there. Good time to go. They don't dare try to steal much against the catcher Hart, but she waited until everybody, including us, had kind of forgot that she was on first.
Yep.
She breaks and gets the stolen base.
Burnside has done a great job throughout the tournament.
So it's a 1-2 count now to Casey Johnson. With a runner in scoring position now, she can find grass with the ball. I'm pretty sure that Burnside would go try to send her home.
Johnson comes in, has an excellent batting average of .535. That's pretty staggering.
Whoa, inside edge at the knees, called strike. So that's the second out of the inning, and it's the second strikeout recorded by Hayden, by the way. And she was good yesterday, but this is really sharp here.
She definitely is. She's brought her best stuff this morning. And too, Dennis, the Hawks, it's gonna take them a second. They haven't seen, by the way, this year. So as far as I am aware, so this matchup, they'll get a look at her, and we'll see what they can do.
Riley Stewart's gonna foul one off back over the screen. It's a nice covering they've got here, but it's always kind of interesting to see where the ball's going to go once it gets up on top of this canopy. But this one rolls out where no one's going to be injured by it. So strike one on the batter, Riley Stewart.
Stewart has done an excellent job there behind the plate. She comes in, all of these gals, they have their team batting average is a .363, Dennis, which that's impressive. 1 through 9, I mean, all these kids, they're all up over 300, every single one of these kids in the order, so.
And these two teams are here for a reason. I mean, great
Yes.
players, great talent, and they've had a great year. So Riley Stewart is at the plate. She's got a 1-1 count. She pops it up high in the air. Will, by the way, have room, as she does not, as it gets just back far enough to land, hit the top of the dugout and pop back into the field. So that'll be another strike. So after that quick single by Burnside, really the next three batters really haven't touched by the way.
No, they haven't been able to get around on her. They still trying to figure her out, and she's got a lot of movement.
Adri Jacobson is on deck should Stewart get her way on base. She's down 1-2 right now. Ooh.
I'm not sure where that was. Must have been low.
Low and away, we'll say. From our perch up here, it's really easy, right?
Yes.
We can tell exactly the height of the ball. Oh, you've got that camera.
Oh, yeah. We got some fancy stuff up here today.
You've got the field level camera.
We're going to take a peek at that.
That'll make you really intelligent over there, won't it?
Yes, it will. Make me sound smart anyway.
That's going to be high and away. So Stewart has worked a full count now. 3-2 the count with a runner at second now.
One thing about the Hawks, they are patient at the plate. Coach Bailey, these kids have been coached well. They are patient. They're good hitters. They're patient hitters. They're smart hitters. So we'll see what, by the way, brings.
She rolls that ball a lot in her mitt before she's ready to pitch. Brings it, and she's going to work her for a walk. You don't see that very often out of by the way.
No.
But Stewart will go to first base on a walk. So first and second with 2 out here, and we come to the batter, Adri Jacobson, the number 5 hitter. She'll stand in there now with a runner in scoring position. We do have a runner in the game at first base. That's number 5, I believe. No. Can't be 5. She's already playing. So number 9, Chansey Bailey. Chansey Bailey will be running for Stewart.
Get Stewart off the base path. Get her on the bench. Keep her rested and refueled a little bit. She's got lots of work to do behind that plate today. This is going to be a good one.
Jacobson takes that pitch. It's going to be outside edge. Strike 1 to Adri Jacobson. On deck is Miley Cook, the shortstop.
Adri Jacobson, she had a great day at the plate yesterday. Went 2 for 3. And all these kids, they're just solid. And there's a great
deep
hit.
Drive into right left field, but standing there waiting for it to come down. Addison Durfee really only had to take a couple of steps. This field plays long here, folks. Let's make that point clear. Some of the hits you'll see today could be home runs in the Spanish Fork complex where we've just played. Yes. And that was one that might have been.
Yes.
But in this field, it plays really big, and you're really going to have to stroke one to get it out. So after the top half of the first inning, no runs scored by North Sanpete. We'll be right back.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centricom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
Now as we go to the bottom of the first inning with Grantsville coming to bat, Johnson delivers the first pitch, and that's a called strike. The first battle, Eden Russell is at the bat. She's the shortstop there for Grantsville. Setting the defense, Casey Johnson, Riley Stewart catching, Autumn Oldroyd, first base, Adri Jacobson at second. Here comes the next pitch. Ripped into right center field, and that's going to get through. That's going to be at least 2 bases. They may send her for 3 because they bobble the ball, but she stops at 2. So she very possibly could have got it if she could have figured that they bobbled it. But you're running, you don't think of that. But
Nope,
that ball was a rip right there.
That was a great hit by Wrestle. Wrestle has been tough in that leadoff spot for the Cowboys this year. She struggled yesterday a little bit at the plate, only going 1 for 4, and reached on an air yesterday. But she's solid this morning.
Gets the timeout to get her sliding glove to put on. That's a new thing in the last few years.
They have all sorts of fun things nowadays, you know? All these kids are real fancy nowadays.
Finishing the defense, Afton Cook at third base for North Sanpete. Miley, I'll have to look that up because I got Miley Cook and Afton Cook, and I know they're both not Cooks. So this ball's fouled off. Okay, I was right. I knew I was right.
You are right.
Oh, geez. So Afton Cook, Miley Cook, Hallie Eliason in left, McKinley Burnside center, and Marley Johnson in right. Another rip. Oh, what a stop there at second base. Great job by Adri Jacobson. They do advance the runner, but she saved a run and possibly 2 bases there. What a stab by the second baseman, Adri Jacobson. Good job.
That was a great play there at second. Again, these two teams, we couldn't have asked for a better matchup. They are both solid with the bats, and they are both solid on defense. Great infields, solid outfields, lots of talent on the mound and behind the plate. Sanpete has done that all tournament long. These kids have come up with big plays.
By the way, now Peyton, by the way, is into bat, and she's the number 3 batter. And with a runner at third base, that's a called strike, 1-1 the count to her. With that runner at third base, really all, by the way, needs to do is drive that ball out of the infield. Even if it's caught, they'll score a run.
By the way, has had an amazing year.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and then coming to score is the runner, Aiden Russell. So Grantsville scores first here in the bottom of the first as Russell comes home on that passed ball at the plate. So, by the way, doesn't have to get a pop-up. Now she can drive the ball for hit. 2-1 the count. She hits it to third, bobbles it, picks it up, big arm across the diamond. Plenty of time as Afton Cook across to Autumn Oldroyd. Good job there. She did bobble it, but it came so quick. She had the time to pick it up and make the throw with the big arm.
Cook has been solid there on that corner. Knocked stuff down all year long. That left field line has been, it's been sewed up for most of the year. There's not much that gets through that left side of the infield for the Hawks. So it's a great play.
Kira Hart now comes to the plate. And this one, they're hitting her hard. This one is a single up the middle. And Hart gets a single.
Dennis, I'm not sure that Johnson's 100%.
I'm not either, because every batter has hit her. And they've got a couple of outs, but just about every one has been a shot.
Yes. Yep, and she is kind of, just from her body language, you can tell that looks that left side of her back, whatever has happened, whether she's strained or pulled or something there on that left side, we're going to hope that she can work through this because she's an excellent little pitcher. She has worked hard to get the Hawks here.
I was going to say she hadn't given the indication with the hand yet, but right there as you were talking, she pulls the glove off and goes to the backside with that left hand. And so, you know, she's gamey. It's tough. She's gamey if she's going to be here and go.
She's a competitor. That kid won't come off that mound unless somebody makes her. Great pitch there.
What a swing by the way. Holy smokes. She was going for this 210-foot fence out here.
Yes, she was.
Whoa.
And Hayden can. That is for sure. She knocked one out yesterday in the game yesterday against Union.
2 down with 1 on. Here we go.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. So she struck her out. She was swinging for the Stars. So she registers a strikeout for the 3rd out. So after 1 complete, it's 1-0 in favor of Grantsville. We'll be back with the 2nd inning right after this.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
You've seen the construction, now come see the results. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to announce the end of construction on the hospital and the opening of our new Beaver Valley Hospital Wellness Center this June. Located immediately west of the hospital, it's a space designed for everyone. From our walking track, weights, circuit training, and full-service aquatics, we're here to support your strength and health as you begin your wellness journey. Join us this June and discover one more reason to choose local. Beaver Valley Hospital. Why would you go anywhere else?
Welcome back now as we go to the top of the 2nd inning here with North Sanpete trailing 0-1 to Grantsville. Some defensive gems out there in the 1st inning for North Sanpete to hold it to just the 1 run.
They had some great plays.
Could start the 2nd inning now. We'll start with Miley Cook, the shortstop. She'll be leading off, followed by Marley Johnson, and in the hole, Autumn Oldroyd. So Cook up there now. By the way, pitching. She turns to bunt. And really, it's by him so quick. They have a hard time bunting because that ball's coming so quick.
Yeah, she throws hard. She throws real hard. I'm not sure exactly what she's throwing at, but she throws hard.
So she offered at the pitch. Had no chance for it, really, but she offered strike 1 to Cook. Again, she turns with the bunt. Will she bring it back and swing? She'll bring it back. Pitch is going to be high ball. There's several of the girls that will use that technique. They turn and square like the bunt and see what the fielders are doing and then pull it back and get the swing. But as fast as, by the way, as throwing, I think it's throwing their timing off a little bit, getting back and ready to swing.
Yeah, and her delivery is quick. Once she goes into her motion, that delivery is pretty quick, and it comes out of there. That's right off her hands. That's going to hurt.
It's off her hands and hits her, I think.
Yep,
so
that hurts.
And she's down. That came off the bat and hit her. So she does get back up, but she's hurting.
One thing about softball girls, Dennis, they're tough. They're smart, they're funny, they're fast, and they're tough.
Are you suggesting baseball boys are not?
I'm not going to comment. Not going to comment, right? I can tell you that there are very few baseball boys, however, that can catch up with a fast pitch softball pitch from a high school girl. When I would challenge a baseball player to catch up with, by the way, his fastball.
I would challenge a softball player to catch up with a good high school baseball pitcher too.
It's true. It's true. The motion is different. The motion is so different. Yeah. The delivery is different. You know, it's all what you're used to. And the kids, you know, and I'm sure it still goes on, but for years and years, you know, that was the caveat. And I don't know if you're familiar, Jenny Finch.
Yeah. Right,
world famous pitcher for our Team USA pitcher. Their MLB boys couldn't even catch up with her pitches, right? So it has been proven.
Well, I know that I know the boys oftentimes will tease the girls. It's just softball.
Yep.
But it really is true that it's a different motion. It's difficult, and it's so short.
It is.
I mean, you
the
have
distance, the
even
reaction
less
time
to react here.
The reaction time is definitely different. The game of softball has definitely evolved and has it is now, I mean, a world world famous and, loved sports. So the College World Series is coming up starting this weekend too.
Cook is back up. Yeah, she takes a mighty swing there and fouls it back against the screen, so she didn't shy away at all. She's back up and after it, so.
High school sanctioned softball for ladies started in the 1990s. It was not a high school sanctioned sport until then. I think you were probably in education when that happened, right?
I was a principal when that took place, yeah. And it has come, and I've made the comment many times, it has come so far.
Yes.
It used to be a throw from shortstop. I said yesterday took 2 people to get it to first. Now these girls' arms are fantastic. They've developed and they've grown, they've gotten stronger, and wow, they're tremendous athletes.
They are, and they are fun to watch.
The excitement, if you've never seen it, folks, just the excitement in the dugout. The guys are there, they're making noise, but these girls have organized cheers. They're having a party down there, and it's quite different.
It definitely is. Definitely just brings a different feeling and just a different atmosphere.
So Miley Cook has worked it full here against, by the way. Ooh, looks like a little low, so she works a walk. Got down 0-2, then works the walk. So these girls are patient with the bat. They're battling hard. That's the second walk given up by the way. And 2 strikeouts by her also. But that brings up Marley Johnson, the right fielder wearing number 14. She'll come up to the plate for her first at-bat with a runner at first base now. So both of the leadoff runners in the top of the first and top of the second have gotten themselves on base. Now they just got to work them around and get them in.
Johnson had a great day at the plate yesterday. She went 3 for 3, scored twice for the Hawks.
She has the same technique. She'll pull it back. Ball, no, strike on the outside corner. So they call a strike on that to Marley Johnson. Oldroyd is on deck with Madsen in the hole.
Johnson's been tough at the plate and in the field. She sits here, towards the end of the order, but this order is just solid, 1 through 9.
The runner goes, the throw is in time. Did they get her? No. They say she did. It was a high tag, but they gave the out. So a great throw there from Kira Hart from her knees, folks. We're talking about the great development of the arms. From her knees, she throws her out at second base.
That was a great play by the catcher. And like you say, Dennis, from her knees. That was an excellent play and catch there.
Wow.
Put that tag on.
So Marley Johnson, was that, there we go, 1-1. They hadn't put the other one up there. 1-1 is the count now. I thought she picked a good pitch to go on.
She did.
But then I thought the throw was going to be late, but a good strong throw got her. We get the call, not on the outside corner, ball 2.
Again, behind the plate there's senior Kira Hart. Again, I can't say enough how solid both of these teams are in the field and behind the plate. They are just a lot of fun to watch.
So payoff pitch here we go. Rip deep into left field, back she goes, back. And at the wall almost is the catch by Addison Durfee. Another ball that if we're in the shorter field, that is a big-time long home run right
Dennis,
there.
That one was gone on the Spanish Fork fields for sure. That was a great hit.
I thought it was going out of this field the way she started going back.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
But it's a catch back there. So this bigger field changes the dynamic. I know it did last week in a couple of the games there with balls hit that probably would have been home runs, but were long outs. But here, plenty of room to go get a ball.
Yep,
so it's 2 down.
It changes the game, Dennis. It changes the game a lot for these kids because that's a run, and then that evens the game.
So up now is Oldroyd. There were a couple hit last week that actually cleared, went over the head of the fielders. Turned out to be just a double.
Just a double.
Instead of a home run. So.
One thing about it, it's a beautiful day and a beautiful facility.
Yeah, right now we don't have the craziness so far that we had yesterday. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 against Oldroyd. Mackenzie Madsen is on deck. And then we go back to the top of the order.
By the way, she just has such a, you just don't know what she's going to pull out of her bag. She has several different pitches that she throws so well, and she's able to keep these Sanpete hitters on their toes. They're not sure what to look for. A lot of movement, starts inside, comes back out. Great job by her catcher to set up there behind the plate. It's just
I was talking to you yesterday off air about just the action of the wrist, and that it's not the same as every other pitcher throws.
No. And
it's kind of funky looking, and if you are not careful, you get mesmerized by that, the way that thing comes out of there.
Yeah, she has a natural curve, just the motion. She just has a natural flip of that wrist, which it definitely plays to her advantage, when she to control those pitches. Well, and she's been doing this for a minute too.
You mean she didn't just start last year?
I don't think so.
I've been doing these games a long time, and I swear that the by the ways all graduated 10 years ago.
They've definitely produced some great ball players out of that family. So
pitch is going to be high.
It's served Grantsville High School well, though, right? They have benefited greatly. Like I said, Grantsville comes in. They've won multiple state championships in the last decade. So they have a solid program. They've always had a solid program out there.
I think you go back 20 years, you find them all over the place.
They do.
With championships all over the place.
They do.
That was fouled back against the screen once again. A shout out while we got the chance to Barrett Hilton and his daughters here. They have run this tournament both in Spanish Fork and here, and it's just marvelous what they do. Barrett Hilton, the developer of TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, teamed up with KSL Sports. But the work that Barrett Hilton and his daughters, that's a strike 3 there. But the work that Barrett and his daughters do is unbelievable. Folks, the amount of machinery that they take and the work that they do, we appreciate them so much. It's a joy to work with them.
They are amazing.
So at the end of that half inning, no runs. They got close on a couple of occasions, but no runs scored. So we'll come back with the bottom of the first right after this. Second.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Welcome back now as we go to the bottom of the second inning. I failed to mention one of the young lady. They bring their friend Ava, and she was a big part of the last 2 days too, so didn't want to leave her out of the equation.
And what a treat
work.
It is, though, Dennis, that they provide this. I know there's lots of family members, community members, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and even the school communities. They're able to be here and see it, from far away. So it makes it's a wonderful thing, and they do a wonderful job every season, every sport, bringing these broadcasts so that people can watch these kids compete and cheer them on from abroad.
Addison Durfee with a 1-2 count, and continuing with your comments, we've had people grandparents on missions and things clear around the world who have commented that they sure appreciate it, because even though they're far away, they get to participate in their grandchildren's lives. People away in the service, different things like that. They're able to participate. And the good thing about their program is it's archived.
It is.
So even if you can't watch the game live, it is there forever that they can go and see. So
it is.
It's a huge service by TeamHive.live and Centricom for Central and Southern Utah people.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous service we have.
It is. It is a treat, and we are very grateful and thankful to Barrett and his family. There's a great hit into center.
3-2 drive, back. Another one that would have been a home run, but here it's just a long out. Wow. Going
Great
back
catch.
on it is McKinley Burnside, and she was out there practicing beforehand with the ball in the sun to get used to that effect. And right there you can see the sun glaring off of her sunglasses.
Yep.
I didn't think she was going to get it, but she got back to it and made a great catch.
She did. That was an excellent catch. Burnside, she's just been tough throughout the tournament. Done a great job, these kids have.
So that's another one that would have been a home run in the smaller field.
Yep.
Ripped foul there by Sadie Castano. Castano playing third base for Grantsville, and is doing a great job at that third base spot. That's a hot spot anymore.
It is. It is. You know, all the advancements. I mean, the bats. That ball comes off that bat harder, faster. You know, these kids. Those corners are hot.
Yeah, I used to think it was kind of you were wimpish in a slow pitch softball mainly. You're wimpish at third base if you're wearing a helmet. But the last few years that I pitched, I started wearing one, and it's just incredible. The difficulties, that ball coming so fast. Yeah, it's a different game.
It definitely a different game. The women's game has changed. You know, these young ladies, they'll throw that ball 70, 80 miles an hour even in high school. What a stop, almost.
The ball is hit hard, goes off the glove. But again, a great play by Afton Cook. Otherwise, that's a double.
Yep.
She makes a dive at third base and just puts a glove on it. Not able to get it, but knocked it down. So it saves the base. Castano at first with a single. That was hard off the glove. That's not an error. That's a single right there.
Right.
And the coach is going to come out and talk. I think they're all worried about that little pitcher.
I agree, Dennis. She's just not herself today. She's throwing a great game, and that young lady is battling. She doesn't want to come off that mound, and she will pitch until she can't physically anymore. I guarantee that. I know that young lady. I know her dad. She spent lots of hours throwing that ball and perfecting her craft. So we're going to hope that she can get through this game, give the Hawks a chance here.
So you can talk and drink of water. And I thought that was essential the other day, too, the officials allowing the whole team to run to the dugout. It was so stinking hot.
Right.
And you worry about dehydration, and the officials allowed the girls at timeouts to run to the dugout and get drinks.
Right.
That's essential and good for the officials allowing that to happen.
Right. We've had some amazing officiating crews throughout the tournament as well. They've done a great job taking good care of these kids and kept the game safe and fair, and for the most part. Of course, you can always argue a call. That's the game. That's the game, right? There's always a call, right?
I never disagree anymore. Never.
Never. I haven't heard any of that up here.
That's because Barra might get after me if I tried. We have a 2-0 count now on Hazley Hall. The first one was a looking strike. That was an attempt at a bunt, but again, the ball raising up a little bit. It was a bad attempt because of a great pitch from Casey Johnson. So it's 0-2 to the batter Hazley Hall, and Camry Allen will be on deck. A little bit high there.
Hall struggled yesterday. She went 0 for 3 at the plate yesterday in their game against Union. So we'll see if she can turn that around today. So.
And again, I remarked that things have changed. Other games that we've done, if you get to first base, it's an automatic steal to second base. Here, they're not even trying.
Nope.
We've had 2 girls go. One was thrown out, and one nearly got thrown out. So
yeah,
they're not even trying against these 2 catchers.
These kids, they work hard in the off season. It's a year-round thing now. You don't just play it during the season anymore. So these young ladies, they work hard. You know, all these open gyms and extra practices in January and February, they pay off now when they get to this point in the season.
Yeah, and a lot of the girls, too, are not just one sport athlete. They're playing 2 or 3 sports. So
right.
It's a 2-2 count now to Hazley Hall with Allen on deck. And then we go back to the top of the order after that. Ooh, inside pitch that she fights off. It's up in the air. Catcher can't find it, and it's going to drop in, and that's lucky for Hall.
Yeah.
The little catcher just couldn't find the ball, Riley Stewart. It's hard with that helmet on.
It is. She made a great effort for that ball. Well, and it's hard too, you know, they come from the sun there behind the plate. You're in the sun right directly behind the plate, and then you come out into that shade and picking that back up. You know, she did a great job.
So stays 2-2 the count with a runner at first.
Good hit.
Shot to third base, knocks it off her glove. Again, a diving attempt just off the edge of the glove, the diving Cook, and then it redirects it so it's off the glove also of Miley Cook into left field. So it's going to be a single, but they're hitting shots. These aren't easy to field balls. Really, I'm telling you that Cook made a diving attempt that it just goes off the end of her glove.
Yep.
And then all over to Miley Cook, and she had to redirect and it went off the edge of her glove. So shots, they're just hitting shots.
They're coming off that bat hot.
A bunt attempt there, or a running bunt. Camry Allen, that wasn't a slap, but it was a running bunt. Oftentimes those left-handers will go with the running slap, which people say, what's the difference? And I did too when I started helping out with softball, but there's rule differences in it.
Yes.
And there's some advantages in it. So that was a running bunt there. Foul ball, strike one.
Grantsville trying to catch North Sanpete off guard. They weren't necessarily expecting that with runners on first and second.
Again, she runs at it and tries the bunt. It's going to be a bit of a foul again. So good thing, because the runners were on the run to second and third. Had that been a passed ball, you know,
right.
no contact, there might have been a play.
Right.
So now she stands in with 0-2. Now she can switch to that slap, which if it's foul, it's not an out.
Right. Yeah, they have a lot of options.
Pop up is going to be in foul territory. And this time Cook has time to react.
Yes,
it wasn't a shot. She has time to react and makes the catch.
She's done a great job there on that corner. She's been busy all tournament, and especially this morning. Grantsville comes in. They, like the Hawks, have got some strong bats. They come in with a 380 team batting average. So, I mean, Dennis, I don't know if people understand how impressive that is as a team. As an individual, to have a 380 batting average, I think people would take that, give or take, right? I mean, 500 is phenomenal. Off her foot, but they're calling it foul ball.
Dribbler, and no play. That's a dribbler to third base, and just too much speed. As Wrestle able to get to first base and move everybody around. Base is full now. So that's an infield hit.
I'm not sure
she did field it, but it was a dribbler.
Yeah.
And she was going to throw to third if she could. Decided to go to first, but no time left. An end to run for Wrestle. That will be number 10, Brooklyn Goodnight. So Brooklyn Goodnight, they always run for pitcher catcher, but in this case they're running for Wrestle at first. So now Brinley Anderson, with the bases loaded, steps in.
Hawks have got 2 outs. We'll see what they can do.
And Johnson now not just touching the back, she's grabbing her side too. So that hurt may be expanding a little bit.
Yep. It's unfortunate that at this point in the tournament, your heart breaks for that young lady on the mound. So she's worked hard. I believe she's a senior.
Yeah.
And so, finish strong. And like I said, you're not going to get her off that mound until she has to.
Fouled off to the right side. It'll be a 1-1 count now on the batter, Anderson. Difficult situation here now. If you're in North Sanpete, they needed an out desperately. Strikeout would be the best thing. Other than that, a quick play to home to cut off a run.
Right.
And to keep these runners at bay.
Right.
But they desperately need a quick short out.
We'll see what the Hawks can do here.
Driven deep into right field, going foul, and that's one of those you're better off not to catch that at this point in time.
Right. You don't want the runner to tag from third and score on that foul ball. So that was a smart play there by the right fielder.
Didn't have a ton of opportunity to catch it, but it's one of these coaches start yelling, let it drop, let it drop.
Yep.
We'll see what happens with the next one. So now Anderson steps in with a 1-1 count. I had a 1-2, but they don't. Rip now, that's ripped into right field, fielded easily. 1 run across, 2 runs across, and the runner goes to third. So Goodnight will be at third and running. Castano and Hazley Hall come in for the second and third runs now for the Grantsville Cowboys. And that was a rip. And it looks like, I made a mistake by saying don't catch it. But, hey, you take your chances.
Right.
You couldn't do anything about that.
Nope.
But the catch in foul territory would have been at least 1 run anyway.
Right. Not much you can do. And I stand corrected, Dennis. Our pitcher on the mound is a sophomore, not a senior.
Johnson.
She's a sophomore, so we got a couple more years of her.
She's just going to get better and better. That's looped into the left field, but going to make a catch. Miley Cook goes a long ways to make that Cook catch. That works. So after 2 complete, the score now 3-0 favor of Grantsville. We'll be back with the top of the 4th.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have."
The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Welcome back now as we go to the top of the third inning now. And time for North Sanpete to throw a couple of runs up there and catch back up here. They've had a couple of chances.
They have. And Grantsville hasn't really dominated, Dennis. It's this is still a great ball game. Yeah. North Sanpete is not out of this by any means. They've put a few hits together and they're back in this ball game.
Yeah. They put the leadoff runner in both the first and the second inning. They put the leadoff runner on, and then had not been able to do anything about it. One time she got caught stealing,
right?
And the other time they ended up with 2 runners on actually in the first inning, but a couple of big strikeouts thrown by the way, cut that rally possibility down, and a couple of hit balls that would have been home runs that aren't.
Right.
So.
Big hits in this beautiful field, but it's a little deeper than Spanish for sure.
Mackenzie Madsen is up first. The first pitch swinging, fouls it back against the screen. Strike one, Mackenzie Madsen. And going back to the top of the order on deck will be McKinley Burnside, and she got a big single right off the bat to start the game. We'll see if she can do that again. She is on deck.
It'll be interesting to see once Sanpete. I've watched them all year long, Dennis. They're kind of our rival there, our region opponent there at Juab, but excellent ball players. It'll be interesting to see once they've come through and how to look at, by the way, as they come back through a second and third time, if they can get around on her and put some hits together, because they are excellent little hitters at the plate.
She rips it down third, but that'll be foul. I'll go all the way back to the fence in left field, but it's still a foul ball. So 1-1 the count. Excuse me, I believe that's 0-2 the count. Official score is a little slow getting that score up there. I had to go yell at him. Isn't it 0-2?
1-2 looks like he has on the board.
1-2?
That's what we got on here. We'll see what the blue tells us.
Check swing.
He's official.
They're going to appeal at first base, say she did not go far enough. He's not throwing many counts up in the air, so it's hard to tell. There's
2-2.
2-2 now. Yeah, we were right. 2-2 the count. By the way to the plate. Swing, pop up high in the air. Third base is going to call it. And there's the catch by Castaino. She called off her shortstop, caught it right in front of her. She took charge and she wasn't going to give it up. So be decisive and get the job done, and she was.
Yep, they did a great job. Lots of communication out there on the field. You talk about these young ladies in the dugout, and they chirp. And it doesn't matter on what level, from the 8U to the gals at the College World Series and even Team USA, at the Olympics, they chirp and talk all the time. Lots of talking, lots of communication that happens on that softball field.
Ready now with Burnside at the plate. Inside ball. Whoa, we got the strike call. I apologize. Gave the strike call.
That may have been a little bit high and tight for my liking, but Blue likes it, so we'll go with it.
So it's called strike.
Eliason didn't like it either, so.
So Burnside was.
Excuse me, Burnside.
Yeah, Burnside
my
outside.
Bad. Burnside.
It's all right. It's nice to know
I'm a batter
that
ahead.
I'm not the only one that has made a mistake today.
So you keep me in line.
Claire and Jordan haven't made any mistakes yet today.
No, they never do.
Yeah, they're practically perfect in every day.
We
should call them Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins too.
They are wonderful young ladies. That's all I know.
Yes, they are.
That's Barrett and his team. They do a great job.
It's always a pleasure to work with them.
Yeah, they are beautiful young ladies too.
Nice to be included. Yes.
There's a reason that Barrett keeps them up here, right? so that they're not out among the general population. The guys can't.
Well,
right?
one of them's taken now.
This is true.
But the other one's not. We're still shopping her around.
That's right.
1-2 the count now as we've embarrassed them to death. Hit to right field. Oh, a diving catch at second base. And in time, we talked about the fielding for both of these times. Camry Allen lays out complete to get the ball in the end of her glove, gets up and throws her out at first to Peyton, by the way. What a play.
Wonderful job at second base. And like I said, Dennis, all tournament long, all year long, these kids have made plays and done things. They just, amazing play there at second base.
Yeah, it was. We've seen some great plays so far already in this game. That might have been the best.
I think that is.
Right there so far. So it'll be Hallie Eliason now comes to the plate. She struck out her first time at bat. Rips one high down the right field line, but I think that's going to get up into the stands. It's an error on the stand. Well, I guess it's not an error when they don't even try to catch it.
That's true.
They were dodging it. So strike one. She was looking for someone to throw the ball at.
They're just here to enjoy the game, right?
Or get a suntan.
That's true.
Might mention also what a day at BYU, because you've got the state championship track meet going on over there. And if you've never seen an organized, perfectly run situation, folks, come and watch that when you've got some time. Come watch state track.
It is.
They'll have 5 classifications or 6 classifications over there, and they'll run that off in clockwork. Boom, 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 boom. They'll get her done in one day.
The High School Athletic Association does an amazing job and a wonderful job organizing and running all of these sporting events and these state tournaments for these young people to participate in. You have some amazing athletes, and they've got amazing coaches and mentors to help them out here.
Pitch now. Drive into left center field. It's going to get back past the fielder. And onto second base, a great shot there by Elias and a huge double. Another one that would have been a home run on the other field, but she finally gets it through. Addison Durfee almost got to it, but that was a rip.
That was a great hit. I've told you all tournament long, Dennis, that young lady, she is a triple threat from that plate. Once she gets on those base paths, she is deadly, and she can do many things. She bunts, she slaps, and obviously she hits. So great job by Elias in there.
She sure ripped that one right there. And so it'll bring Casey Johnson to the plate now, batting with a runner at second, but there's already 2 down, and that's the situation that North Sanpete has found themselves in. They've gotten runners on,
right,
but late in the out count, and it's been hard for them to get in.
Yes.
It kind of takes away the bunt opportunity here.
That was a great pitch there from By the Way.
I'm not sure you want your number 3, 4, and 5 hunters batting, but they've been doing it during the course of the tournament. But here with already 2 out, that's not necessarily something you want to do.
Well, and
unless you catch them napping.
The 2-out rally in softball, softball is a quick, fast-moving, fast-paced game. You never know what's going to happen. Those 2 outs sometimes are deadly.
Pop up down the first base side. It's going to hit the screen. Bounce off the head of a manager in the dugout. No damage done. Oh, that's an assistant coach. Bounced off her head. She's laughing about it.
Lots of hours spent.
A couple of strikes.
Lots of hours spent with these kids. Lots of repetition. You just can't say enough good about the people that spend the time and want to take the time and teach and coach and help and facilitate for these kids so they can be successful.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Johnson goes down on strikes. So that will end the top of the 3rd inning here. So the score remains 3-0. We'll be back right after these messages on the Team Hive Live and KSL Sports Network. We'll be back.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back now as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Grantsville coming to the plate to bat, and they will send to the plate their 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters, it looks like, to start this inning. That would be Kira Hart, who got a double. A hit her first time up. And then also Hayden By the Way and Addison Durfee, scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the third. Pop up again, first base side. This will go back into the stands. Oh, we're dodging. Let's do some work down there in the stands, folks. Let's catch those balls. You get extra points by catching them.
Dennis, you talk about, the program and the history here with Grantsville coming in here. Coach Cloward has 4 state championships. That was a rip there down the third base line.
And she's going to get at least 2. It goes all the way to the fence, but huge harm from the fence by Hallie Eliason. So she keeps her at second base. I thought she'd go for third, but that arm stopped her. Go ahead. And Cloward.
They've done a great job. They've done a great job there in Grantsville. Like I said, Coach Cloward, he has 4 to his credit. 21, 23, 24, and last year in 2025. There goes the runner.
A little bit of a bobble, and the runner is going to go to third base. So standing at third base, unless they put a runner in for, they probably have a runner. That is the catcher, Hart. I didn't get a number on the substitution. We apologize for that. Batting is Hayden By the Way. Check swing.
She has just been so dominant throughout the tournament in all of 3A. From the mound, from the plate. Like I said, By the Way comes in with a 368 batting average, 28 RBIs on the season, 6 home runs, actually 7 after yesterday, and I think she added a couple more. She's nearly double digits with home runs. I mean, she's just an excellent softball player, a talented young lady.
Allie Bree Rogers is the runner at third base for Grantsville. Now, By the Way, with good bat control, will take the base on ball, so she'll go to first. I would imagine there'll be a runner for her. And here comes a runner. The coach calls timeout for Grantsville. Running now number 4, Charlotte Lee for By the Way.
Looks like Coach Bailey's going to come out to the mound as well and check on Johnson there. She's definitely.
She's shaking her head.
There, looks like we can get her some. Yep, looks like we may take her out.
I think she's in tears.
And that's unfortunate for that young lady. That is not how you want to come off the field in the state championship, but props to her. She has pitched an amazing state tournament. She has been very dominant. Like I said, Sanpete comes in as the number 2 team in the state. They have done a great job, and it's been on the back of that young lady that's carried them there on the mound. She's got wonderful back up there in the field. They are solid, but when you have a great pitcher, it makes a difference.
We'll try and figure out the substitutions here as we go. The new pitcher, number 10?
12.
Number 12? So number 12 will be the new pitcher.
We don't have
and she comes off the bench. And do we even... Mercedes Burnside is listed. No, excuse me. Yeah, that's Mercedes Burnside. Yep. So Mercedes Burnside will come in for Casey Johnson.
So it looks like Mercedes... she's pitched a little bit. Like I said, Johnson has pitched 130 innings the year. Burnside has got 5 coming into the state tournament. She hasn't had a ton. I mean, I'm sure she's pitched the JV games, so this is not unfamiliar territory for her. She's used to being on that mound, obviously. We'll see what this young lady can come in and do from the mound.
I think it's a 1-to-1 substitution too. It's not other subs on the field. So.
Right.
And in running, like we mentioned, running for the catcher, Stewart. No, excuse me, for wrong team. Let's run that over. is Allie Bree Rogers is running for Hart. Now for By the Way is Lee.
Right. And Lee has run quite a bit for By the Way. That courtesy runner, that makes it nice for these pitchers and catchers. They can get back to that dugout and relax and recharge there. They expended a lot of energy on that mound and behind that plate.
They started out as a hurry up so the catcher could get the gear back on to hurry things up.
Right.
Now it's a courtesy to let pitcher and catcher
give them a little bit of time.
Oh my gosh.
Fake the bunt, the runner goes. They're going to go back to third, but the runner did not take the bait. So the runner going to be safe at second and third now as they tried to decoy the throw to second base and then flip it to third, but the runner stayed behind the fielder. Wise running decision there. Pitch is going to be high outside. 3-1 the count, and this is tough for Burnsides to come into this situation.
Right. And I'm not sure, we don't have the classes, the ages on these North Sanpete players. I'm going to guess she's possibly a sophomore-ish, sophomore, junior, freshman. I'm not sure. We'll find that out, get that information here shortly. But, you know, anytime you get, like I said, her varsity work, she hasn't had a lot of opportunity because Johnson has been so solid. But that doesn't mean that this young lady isn't capable and can't bring something different off of that mound. So she steps in to a big opportunity here, and we'll see. You know, you sink or swim, right? When you get these opportunities, that's the beauty of high school sports. These kids learn lots of lessons and learn how to compete, grind through and grit.
It's just the tough spot that she comes into. I'm sure she's an able little pitcher, but you come in with 2 runners on already against the best team supposedly in the state in Grantsville, and it's with nobody out. It's tough.
It is. It is. And the 3A classification, Dennis, the 3A softball classification is tough. It is a tough classification. You know, sometimes I think people, you know, surmise that, you know, the bigger classifications are tougher, but 3A softball, if you've ever watched 3A softball, they are tough and they can compete. You know, you look at Grantsville's record throughout the
they play the
season.
Big boys too.
They do. They have played, you know, the big boys, the Bountifuls, you know, West Jordan, Taylorsville. That was a great hit there.
Another one just off the hand. And Afton Cook is getting a workout out there for North Sanpete at third base. Right side of her, left side of her. I mean, she's diving all over the place and just tipping balls or just missing balls.
Right.
But she's giving her all effort. 1 run will score there on that single. And it's going to move Lee, running for By the Way, to third base, Durfee to second base, and Castino to first base on that hit. So the inning continues. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Right. We'll hope that Burnside can kind of settle in there on the mound and find her rhythm and, you know, give the Hawks a chance here to field the ball. You know, that's all they need to do. You pitch the ball, hit the ball, field the ball, right? Get the outs. So it's a pretty simple game. It's a lot more complex than that. It's not as easy as it sounds, but we'll see what Burnside can come up with here.
Right now, Grantsville doing what my adage is, hit it where they ain't.
Right.
And they're doing that. They're just out of the reach of these fielders. So
right.
Nice little change up there by Burnside, and that's going to be a little high ball. So 2-1 the count here, and she is battling. But what was maybe a really tight ball game for 7 full innings, now really struggling here. The young lady's doing her best. Her fielders are doing her best, but it's a difficult situation. Hazley Hall is at the plate with Camry Allen on deck.
So on the mound, this young lady is a freshman. So
I wondered when you said maybe she's a sophomore. I thought maybe she might be a little younger.
As I said, maybe sophomore, freshman, junior, I'm not sure, but she is a freshman. So, you know, kudos to this young lady coming in and in a tough situation, and she's going to give it a shot. That's one thing about softball girls. I told you, they're tough. They're smart. They're tough. They're gritty. So, and this young lady is no different. So.
Well, you know, but the future for North Sanpete. I mean, they've got seniors, but if their starting pitcher, which has been tough, sophomore, and this next pitcher, a freshman.
Right.
You know, that pays a lot coming back,
Right.
regardless of what they may do here.
Yes, yes. Nope, they've got some good years ahead of them there in the Sanpete program.
Camry Allen at the plate, the second baseman with, in my estimation, so far in this ball game, the play of the game.
Oh, definitely.
Was Camry Allen in that last at-bat defensively for Grantsville.
Don't we have like a hot dog or something to give away for that? Do we have some kind of prize, right?
That's down at Spanish Fork, those dinger dogs.
Yeah, I know.
But that's not here.
We should have something here, right? That was an excellent play.
If you're going to get something here, it has to be a cougar tail.
True that, Dennis. True that. Those are good.
Sampete's got another little pitcher down in the bullpen warming up. I'm not sure who that is, but they've got somebody else throwing down there. So we'll see how that goes. Ball's going to be hit into left field. Fielder coming in and takes it. And coming in like that, and that's Eliason. And it denies the runners a chance to advance. So first out of the inning is a fly out to left field. And that's for Camry Allen, twice up and twice hitting, flying out to the left side of the field. So one away now. We'll go back to the top of the order, and Eden Wrestle. And she's been up twice. She has a double, and she has a single. Looking to add to that total. Nice pitch there. Well, not good enough, I guess. Ball one. I thought that looked like that was going to be a strike down there.
And it depends too, you know, Blue sometimes.
They don't make the calls we think they should, do they? Oh.
No, they don't.
Ball is inside. Ball two.
She's doing a good job working that plate. Burnside isn't, those pitches aren't far off. So, you know, like I said, if she'll settle in and can kind of find that rhythm and find that sweet spot, get that Blue to give her a call or two, then they'll be good to go.
Little high that time. I take that back. It looks like, no, I was going to say that was Johnson out there warming up. She's walking back in, but it is not her. There's somebody else back there.
It looks like the Hawks have had one other pitcher.
And that ball is outside, so that will be a walk, brings in another run, advances the runners, and wrestles at first base with a walk this time. Now, they ran for her last time, but I don't think they can do it again because it would be re-entry. That would be her second experience out. She could not re-enter the field.
Correct.
So 6-0 the score now as it's starting to mound up here in this third inning. At the plate is Brynley Anderson. She hits it up the middle. Nice play by the pitcher. Comes to home. Had a play at first, did not do it, but good job by the pitcher, Burnside, to send it home to get the throw at the player at home. So 1-2, that's the second out. The other runners do advance, but nobody scores on that play.
That was a great heads-up play. Great heads-up play by the freshman there. She knew where her runners were. She knows the situation and was able to save them a run there. So now they're in a two-out situation. If they can get out of this jam with the bases loaded, that would be great for the Hawks.
Peyton, by the way, comes to the plate, and she grounded out to third base on a great play by the third baseman. She flew out to the shortstop. She's the 9th batter in the inning. Ooh, nice pitch there. This little gal's got some great potential in the future. She's throwing pretty good ball.
They're young. They're young and they're tough. That's, you know.
She's struggling with finding the plate right now, but she's not far off.
No, she's close there. Got some good pitches,
That's
good
a good
movement.
pitch there. And she got good speed.
Mm-hmm.
So 1-2, 2-1 the count now to by the way, this is Peyton, by the way. Kira Hart is on deck. That's a nice pitch there. Low
she gets it.
At the knees, gets a strike there. So 2-2 count now to by the way.
You know, she's not scared of her. I mean, this young lady's one of the best ball players in 3A, and Burnside's coming right at her.
That one drifts a little bit high. She takes a little bit off-speed stuff, throws it high. So that's ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. The runners will go with the pitch. By the way at the plate. Deep. Excuse me, that's going to be shallow in center field. Coming in, making the play. Nice job by McKinley Burnside, probably her older sister.
Yep.
So that will end the inning, but not before some severe damage is done there. So at the end of 3 completed, 6-0 favor of North Grantsville. And we'll be right back with the North Sanpete inning.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project. creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
Welcome back here. Back to the top of the fourth inning now, as North Sanpete tries to regroup after that difficult bottom of the third inning. They're down now 6-0. They will send to the plate Riley Stewart, Adri Jacobson, and Miley Cook in this inning. We'll go to that point. So Riley Stewart got a base on balls her first time up, which is rare when you're facing, by the way.
Correct. By the way,
rip into deep left right field. Right fielder going back, fighting the sun, goes to a knee but makes the play. Hazley Hall. She ended up down on one knee as she had to cut and come back and went to a knee, but she makes the play.
It's a great play out there in right field. She's been solid. I tell you, these infield outfields, they have been fun to watch.
That's another one of those that what might have been with the shorter field in Spanish Fork.
Yes. Yep.
Both teams, though, would have taken advantage of that, but
yes,
what might have been.
Yep, it would have benefited both, but nonetheless, great hit.
Adri Jacobson will be up the plate now with Miley Cook on deck. Jacobson flew out to left field her first time up. First pitch is a ball.
Jacobson's done a nice job throughout the tournament. She's come up with some big hits for the Hawks, and you know, every single one of these young ladies for both teams, they have all, you know, had their time and have come up big when it counts.
Called strike there. Just real quick, if we could start mentioning a few of our sponsors: Centricom, Jones & DeMille Engineering, John M. Huntsman School of Business, Agraria Insurance Corporate Company, Beaver Valley Medical Hospital, just a few. We'll get to some others in a moment. Pitch on the way is a little bit high ball, so 2-1 count. Continuing on, the Stallings Company, Utah Community Credit Union, Sunrise Engineering, Wendy's, Sanpete Steel, and of course Central Valley Medical Center. Great sponsors.
They are. That last one's an amazing place to work, if I do say so myself. I'm a little partial though. They gave me the day off today, right? So that's a great place. They really do. All of those sponsors are so amazing. They're so amazing to support these kids and make these broadcasts possible. It wouldn't be possible without them. So thank you to our sponsors. And hello to my radiology game in Nephi, because I'll bet they have the game on. Speaking of these broadcasts, you know, we've talked about how great it is and people can watch. You know, I think it happens in a lot of places. You know, people are able to turn it on and listen to it, even if they can't watch. You know, they can have it playing in the background. Well, so it's just a great thing and a wonderful service that Barrett and his gals provide. You know, for all of Central and Southern Utah, the communities, and because as you well know, these kids they're the cornerstone of our communities.
Yeah. Foul back. I was just thinking when you were talking about that, I certainly hope that the doctors do not have the game on while they're operating.
That one doesn't happen in the OR. Nope. There's good music, but no team hive. Nope. That happens out in the more chill areas, right?
When I get operated on and they put me under, I just thinking, that's the last thing I'm thinking, oh, how's the game going? Are you watching? No.
Nope, they don't. I can attest to that, Dennis. You're safe. Nope. And there are some excellent physicians there. We have some excellent physicians in our areas.
Adri Jacobson continues to foul the ball away and hanging in there with a 2-2 count, trying to make something happen here in the top of the fourth inning. Jacobson playing a great second base for North Sanpete. 2-2 the count, one away. Pitch, oh, good way to hold off. And that'll be a ball 3. So full count now to Jacobson.
By the way, has done a good job. You know, she's just such an experienced pitcher. She just understands the game, understands where to put that ball.
Well, she's been pitching for him for 10 years.
It's true. It is true.
It just seems like it sometimes.
It seems like it. You know, these kids start playing so young now that, you know, by the time they hit this point, they have a lot of these. I'll bet she started pitching when she was 7, 8 years old.
High fly ball looks like it's going to go to the shortstop. Settling under that is Aiden Ressel, and she'll make that fly. So a great battle at the plate, but finally Grantsville able to get this young lady out. Jacobson, she made her throw for a while, but it's a fly out.
She battled there for a great at bat there by Jacobson. She did a good job.
Miley Cook now comes to the plate. Miley Cook is the shortstop, and she steps in. She took a base on ball and then was thrown out trying to steal. So she has a single on the day. Turn to the bunt look. Presentation, back, inside pitch, backs her off the plate a little bit.
By the way, said not today.
Yeah, they used to tell us, not that I was ever a pitcher, but they used to say if they squared a bunt, throw it right at them.
It is true.
So it makes it hard for them to bunt it, but they bunt it out of self-control. It usually goes foul or gets popped up.
Correct. Nope, you do. You throw right at them. That is what you're told to do when you pitch. Pitching 101, you know.
Down the line, that's a great swing down the line. That's one base, possibly two. She rounds and goes to second. The throw comes not in time. Miley Cook, that thing hit the bag as it went by. Great job by Cook to get the single. And we got a runner in scoring position with Marley Johnson coming to the plate.
You know, the Hawks have the potential. If they can get some hits here, you know, they can get back in this ball game.
But once again, you get a runner in scoring position, but it's 2 outs already.
Yep.
So, you know, it takes a lot of what you might try to do as a coach.
Right.
It takes it away from you. The strategies are taken away. You can't necessarily bunt.
Right.
Unless you could push one down first because they're playing so deep, but it just takes a lot of the strategy away.
It does. Those 2 outs definitely change what you can and can't do.
So first pitch called strike to Johnson.
And again, you have, by the way, on the mound. So.
Yeah. We did see some fantastic bunts yesterday, 4 base hits.
Yes.
Pushing the ball hard through the 3-4 hole on the right side.
Yes.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. And another one on the third base side. And they weren't the bunts where you just bunt it down slow in front of the bag and hope to get there in time. These were decisive, push the bunt,
correct,
past the pitcher and into a hole.
Correct. The game of softball, you know, that's the fun of it. That's why it's so exciting. That's why people love to watch it, right? It's so unpredictable because you never know. There's so many options, so many things that these young ladies can do.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So again, the runner is stranded for the 3rd out of the inning. I was looking down at the dugout. All of a sudden, the Grantsville girls just started screaming, hollering, and carrying on. Again, part of softball. Who knows what?
It's a wonderful game.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th here when we come back.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
Welcome back here now as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Burnside back in there to throw. Mercedes Burnside. She threw the last half of the last inning. Nice pitch, saws it off in the hands, dribble to third base, throw across the diamond. Nicely done. Afton Cook to Autumn Oldroyd. So 1 pitch, 1 out. She threw a nice change of pace there.
Yes.
And because of it, Hart was way out in front, just kind of lunging at the ball. Good pitch by Burnside.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, you know, if she can settle in and just get Grantsville to put the ball in play, her fielders will do the rest for her because she's got some talented fielders behind her.
Hayden Burnside now comes to the plate. number 5 hitter. She'd be followed by Addison Durfee. I thought you were going to tell me I'd made another mistake.
Nope. I'm behind here. I'm just double checking me.
I made enough already. So.
What do you mean? You're from Millard. You don't make mistakes. Right?
They down there, and they know I do. So a strikeout to, by the way, the first time up, the last time she took a base on balls, and eventually the runner for her scored. In this situation, she's a 3-1 count now. To, by the way, 3-1. And we'll see what Burnside brings with a 3-1 count now. Popped up, mighty swing by the way, popped up, and it's going to go into the dugout. And the first baseman said, I couldn't see it. I didn't know where it was. I don't know that she could have gotten to it anyway.
No, I think that was out of play.
So you could have reached in there and tried, but I don't know that you would have gotten to it. So it pulls the count, though. 3-2 the count now to, by the way, Burnside to deliver here. Big pitch. That's going to be outside ball. So, by the way, we'll draw another walk. She'll go to first and see if the little runner comes in for her again. And there she comes. Number 4, Charlotte Lee, once again comes to run for, by the way. And that will put Addison Durfee to the plate with 1 down and a runner at first.
We'll see what
Charlotte Lee.
Durfee had a decent day at the plate yesterday. She went 2 for 3. So, carries over. Like, again, these kids, all of them come in with great batting averages, just lots of experience, lots of talent. It's just a great game for the state championship.
Well, she's 1 for 2 today as far as getting on base percentage. Right. She flew out to center field. She took a walk in the 3rd inning, and here she is now in the 4th inning with the runner on. A 1-0 count to her at this point in time. Throws that changeup a little bit high by Burnside. So ball 2.
Well, and you look here in the stands, Dennis, and both teams have lots of support here. That's the beauty, I guess, or the caveat to not only high school sports, but some of these smaller communities. I tease you about being from Millard because I'm from Juab, but in all seriousness, these kids, they have great support systems. The communities just rally around them. They want to see the kids do well. They love it when they do well, and we're lucky in these young ladies and all the athletes, as you look across here over on the track, the stands are full.
Yeah.
It's just a great thing to come out and support these kids and these communities. I know Grantsville, they take pride in their athletics just as much as North Sanpete does. And so, it's fun to see. It's just a great atmosphere. It's great for these kids, and it continues for generations. So.
Well, the communities travel well in these small towns. They're used to it. They like it. It is when you have one high school in your town or your county or whatever.
Correct.
I mean, it is your identity.
It is.
And they take pride in that. They follow that well. It makes it tough during the week. The kids, it's a chance to get out of school. You know what I mean?
True.
And get suntanned while you're here.
It is true.
So
it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a great time. But these these towns, I will admit, travel well. There's a lot of community pride and wrapped up in these kids. So congratulations to them. And they put a lot of time.
They do.
The local businesses, the parents, just a tremendous amount of money and time. And
correct.
You just can't say enough about the good people in these small towns.
Nope. We are lucky to live that. We have an amazing lifestyle and amazing communities. I think most people would agree, obviously.
Castano stands in there now after the timeout by North Sanpete. She hits the ball on the ground to the right side.
No.
She gets caught in between, not sure what to do with it. Does Afton Cook? She looks to throw to second, decides there's not enough time. I think she had time to make that play.
Yes.
Then she looked to first, was out of position to throw it. Not enough time there. Then she turned and almost threw it to third base, and there was no one covering.
Correct. Yep.
So she held on, but it will be, I guess, an infield hit. It was actually an error in judgment.
Right.
But bases are loaded now, and we have Hazley Hall at the plate.
I think I think she just kind of got caught there. She came across and made a nice play on the ball, but it actually maybe would have been an easier play for the shortstop. There's a half swing on that one.
Half swing, dribbler to shortstop. Whoa, but a big arm, but not in time by that dribbler. The big arm by Miley Cook. She was decisive on that dribbler, but just too slow a roller to shortstop, not able to get it there in time. And Charlotte Lee running for by the way scores on the play. Durfee goes to third, and Castano to second, and Hazley Hall will make it to first base. So again, it's a great pitch to saw the bat off in the hands of the batter, but unfortunately then it becomes a dribbler that is impossible to field.
Yep, just made a rough play. She made a great play there on the ball, though. Great arm. Just but nothing you can do about that.
Impossible. If that kind of arm can't get you out at first, it's impossible.
Yep, and I will say Halls has some pretty good wheels. She's pretty quick. These young ladies, they're pretty talented.
Looks like now Camry Allen will come to, no, excuse me. Number 12 batting in there now for Grantsville. Number 12 is Aiden Russell. I've missed a batter. That's deep into left center field. Taken there by the center fielder Burnside. She'll get it back in, but one more run will score. So I've been off by a batter. And that is at Aiden Russell. So it's a long fly out, but it gets a run across. That's the second out. So Camry Allen is still at first base. 8-0 is the score as they got two across. The runner goes, the ball gets past the catcher and into score from third base, number 14, and that's Sadie Castano. And Hazley Hall, I think, is at second base. We'll figure that out, Camry Allen. But this is
number 13. Now we're on Wrestle. We're on Wrestle here. So
well, that's what I thought, but the wrong number was on the previous batter.
I think Allen
batting for Camry Allen was number 12.
Yes. So number 12
is Malia Bowman.
Malia Bowman, yes.
That's what threw me off.
And she batted yesterday. They subbed her in yesterday.
I think there was one game she played center field for them.
Correct. So. Yeah, she came in yesterday for Hall in the game against Union. So they put her in there for Kay Allen to bat. Allen was 0-2 on the day, and Bowman came in and came up with a nice hit there.
So this is Aiden Russell, and she hits a deep one. Wow. One hopper to the fence here, and this is a big fence. So she destroys that ball. It'll get another run across, and she'll get the double out of it. But again, with a fence, that would have been so far out there.
Yep.
That probably would have hit the other fence in those smaller parks.
I agree.
But a 210-footer, a one hopper, it nearly bounced on the warning track. That's how deep that ball was.
And that was a well-hit ball. That was a great hit ball by Russell. She has had a solid tournament. Solid tournament.
Now she's been up 4 times in this ball game, and she's been on all 4 times. She's got a double, a single, a base on balls, and now another double. So Russell came to play today.
She did. You know, these gals, Grantsville, like I said, you know, they are the 3-time defending champions. This is not new to them. This is not new territory. This is not a new environment, the pressure, all of it. And these girls, they respond well to it. They're used to it. They thrive on it, and they do well.
And I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 10-0, so technically speaking, no matter what else happens in this inning, North Sanpete is going to have to score runs to keep this game going, because we are in the 10-run rule range right now after 5 innings. Correct. And you hate to see the championship game go that way, but that's the look that we're looking at right now.
It is, unfortunately, Dennis. You know, a lot of factors, you know, factored into that today. You know, a change on the mound and, you know, things like that. That's changed. And her not being 100%, you know, from the get-go. Johnson not 100% to start off with. Yeah. I think played, you know, factored in today. The Hawks have done a great job. They've come up with some great hits and great plays defensively, but
yeah, we might have been here anyway with Johnson on the mound as she was struggling as she was. Valiant effort. Let's give her what it is, but she got to a point, even though she was battling and contending, she just physically could not continue.
No, and a different day, different game. If Johnson is 100%, this might be. But again, you do have the 3-time defending state champions, and they are solid. They are packed with a lineup of seniors. These kids have been here. Those seniors. I mean, Dennis, they have played in a state championship every single year of high school. So these young ladies, they know this. They thrive on it. They compete. So it's Sanpete had their work cut out for them coming into the game today, and they have represented themselves extremely well. And the ball game's not over. So
we've had a walk to Brindley Anderson, and Sadie Thornton will come in to run for her. And she'll immediately take off to second base, straight steal. They're not going to go after that and take a chance of a run coming across. So you have Peyton, by the way, at the plate now, and she has grounded out to third, flew out to short, flew out to center. Rip into that left center field fence. Diving for it is the left fielder, Elias, and not able to get to it. 2 runs across. And by the way, we'll go into for second base standing up. So a huge double here is going to send around the next 2 runners, scoring from second and third, making the score 12-0. And that, again, was a rip into a diving attempt by Elias, and she gave it all she possibly could.
Yes.
But it landed out there and rolled to the fence and had to be picked up by McKinley Burnside.
She had a couple more inches on that glove out there, Elias, and would have had that ball. She was close. She's got some nice wheels out there. She is an excellent little ball player.
These gloves are a lot bigger than they used to be.
Yes, they are. You can snag a whole lot with these softball gloves.
Yeah, a bushel of grain you can get with these things now. So we'll go to the Kira Hart now. She was first up in the inning. She's the 10th batter to the plate. She's grounded out to third base her first time up in this inning. And she'll try to redeem herself for that. And she has a single and a double and then the ground out in her 3 at-bats in this inning.
And again, the Cowboys, they bring a lot of seniors and experience. There goes, by the way, we'll see if she gets there.
Little bobble by the catcher.
She doesn't steal
Stewart.
often, but she got there.
Well, there was a bobble by the catcher, so it kind of helped her out a little bit. Yeah.
Excellent ball players, just fun to watch. The game, the atmosphere, both teams have come and competed well today.
Pitch is going to be a little bit maybe high inside ball. So 2-1 the count now to Kira Hart. Excuse me, that's what I thought. They've changed the board now. It's 3-1. Foul back against the screen. Full count now. So full count, 12-0 the score here. Bottom of the 4th.
And Hart's had a great day today. The whole tournament. Yesterday she was 3 for 4 with a deep fly ball for the only out that she was yesterday. So catches her looking
strike
though.
On the inside corners, called strike for the 3rd out of the inning. So after 4 complete, the score 12-0 in favor of Grantsville. And unfortunately now, for them to continue playing, North Sanpete's got to come up here offensively and put 3 scores on the board, or this game will be over. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the top of the 5th inning.
You've seen the construction. Now come see the results. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to announce the end of construction on the hospital and the opening of our new Beaver Valley Hospital Wellness Center this June. Located immediately west of the hospital, it's a space designed for everyone. From our walking track, weights, circuit training, and full-service aquatics, we're here to support your strength and health as you begin your wellness journey. Join us this June and discover one more reason to choose local. Beaver Valley Hospital. Why would you go anywhere else?
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Welcome back now. Going back to the theme we announced just before the end of that, before we went to break. Right up against it now is North Sanpete. They have got to get 3 runs. There's a 10-run rule in softball, and it's 10 runs after 5 or 15 runs after 3. So now it's 12-0 at the top of the 5th. So North Sanpete's got to get 3 to keep playing. If they get less than 3, this ball game will come to an end on the 10-run rule here after the 5th.
And Sanpete will have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they start out with Autumn Oldroyd against this great pitcher, by the way. So Oldroyd takes a called ball there. She'll be followed by Mackenzie Madsen. Then we go back to the top of the order and McKinley Burnside. So got their work cut out. They got to get at least 3. And when you haven't gotten any yet,
correct,
that's a pretty tall order.
It is. They've only had 4 base runners all day, Dennis. So, you know, and when they've gotten those base runners, aside from the leadoff hit in the first inning by Burnside, all of those base runners have come with 2 outs.
With 2 outs, yeah. And so just unable to stick 2 or 3 hits together, and that's what you've got to do.
Right.
Is put hits together.
See if
there's been some great plays by Grantsville, great plays by North Sanpete too.
Right. And Oldroyd has she's had a good tournament, you know, at the plate. So
most people on one side felt that was inside.
Yes,
but
you could hear that.
Yeah, you might have heard that distinctly on the loudspeaker. But it's 2-1 now. Even the guy with the scoreboard had it listed as a ball. So pop straight back over the stands. That'll go out of play. Nobody's getting to that one.
One thing about both these teams, Dennis, they've come to compete, and these girls, they don't give up. You know, there's no sense of we're done. You know, they compete, they'll battle, they will play until the umpires call the game. So
they'd play after that if the umpires would let them.
Yes, they would. So
3-2 the count now. See, she's gone full. Autumn Oldroyd again, followed by Mackenzie Madsen and McKinley Burnside in the hole. Here to work. 3-2 count. Watching the coach give the signs and signals. That part of the game has changed too, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. The game of softball has just advanced and evolved. Looks like she's going to grab a base. They've got a base runner, Dennis.
Got the leadoff batter on once again. This is the first time since the very first batter of the game.
Right.
So they've got one on. Now string some hits together. You get something going here. Looks like there's going to be a change or a run. Madsen is at the plate. The coach comes down and talks. They may be running for Oldroyd here. They can re-enter, so put a runner in, then re-enter Oldroyd as the fielder. So it looks like number 11's trotting out there. And number 11 would be Cadence Allred. So Cadence Allred comes on to run.
And I'm pretty sure she's a freshman. I'm going to go with that. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm going to guess she's speedy.
So well,
just kidding. We're gonna check that.
We're getting help from.
We're gonna check that.
From Claire, who's also there from North Sanpete.
She is just.
I believe she's a junior.
Junior. They say she's a junior.
Well, that's
so
why,
I stand
that's
corrected.
why I never ask a young lady her age.
Ever.
Ever. You should never do that. So now the pitcher's struggling a little bit. So Grantsville calls the timeout, and they seem to be on cruise control here. But she's going to call the timeout to talk because they walked the first batter. Now a 1-0 count here to the second batter, and you wonder if they've lost focus a little bit, and she's trying to redirect that focus enough to keep them sharp to finish this thing out. I'm sure she'd rather not go to more innings here, if she could help it.
However, you know, she's a senior. It's the state championship. What's a couple more innings?
The coach doesn't want to go farther into it.
No.
She wants to keep them sharp and finish this thing out here.
Correct.
So Mackenzie Madsen at the plate with a 1-0 count now here in the top of the 5th inning.
Great
Rip
hit.
to shortstop, quick pickup, flick to second, cross to first, not in time. But a nice short hop pickup by the shortstop Wrestle, flipping it to Camry Allen. And Allen's throw was a good one, but not in time. And the runner will be out at second on 6-4 for the first out. And Madsen will reach on a fielder's choice. That was as close to a straight double play as we've seen here.
Yes, yeah, that was a great play there. And again, though, unfortunately for the Hawks, they just can't get those base runners moved
They
around the bases.
Can't string them together.
Nope, can't put it together there.
So
a
McKinley
great hit.
Burnside is up now, and she's had a decent day. Well, she's one of two. She was the leading batter the first inning and got a ripped single, but got stranded at second base after a steal. So she'll take a ball call there. And standing waiting, Hallie Eliason is on deck.
Great.
Looped into right field, second base coming over. That's another great play by that second baseman, Allen. Camry Allen, she made the diving catch earlier in the game. This time she ranges from her position all the way over into foul territory to take that fly. So again, a nice play there by Camry Allen.
She is just tough. Tough. She's an excellent little second baseman.
You have to register that as an F4, but really it was clear over here by the dugout when she got to it.
Correct.
So that's a little misleading. So Hallie Eliason, the last hope now, down two outs, one runner on, and needing 3 runs to continue playing. Eliason has struck out, and then she reached on a double. So Eliason hit the ball hard last time up, hoping that she can do the same thing. Grantsville down, needing 1 run to end this ball game here. Grantsville.
Again, these young ladies, they're tough and gritty. They'll battle. So we'll see what Eliason can do from the plate.
Grantsville's been the big dog in softball for some time, and they're looking to continue that. Pop up high on the infield, calling for it the short second baseman Camry Allen, and that will be it, folks. That will be it in 5 innings, 12-2. Grantsville will claim another state title here in Spanish Fork.
That'll make 5 titles for Coach Cloward and the Grantsville Cowboys. And again, it's amazing. It's a great thing to see Coach Cloward up and about. He had a real health scare last spring, and so it's wonderful to see him up and here with his team. And these girls, you know, they came through. They're seasoned. They bring a lot of experience. So congratulations to the Grantsville Cowboys on their 4th consecutive state title.
Yeah, and North Sanpete, you know, a valiant effort. It doesn't look like it with a 12-0 loss, but, you know, with a little bit difficulty with the pitcher. When she left, it was only 3-0 or 4-0.
Right.
And, you know, what might have been, but Grantsville's been the big dog, and before you can you got to knock off the big ones.
You do.
And that didn't happen this year and hasn't for a few years. So good job to North Sanpete, because you know, after all is said and done, there's a lot of schools would like to have been here. North Sanpete was. They're young. They'll be back next year. We hope the best for them.
Yes.
Grantsville has some huge holes to fill with the senior class that they've got.
Yes, they do. Grantsville will bring back a few juniors, and obviously they have a tough program, but they are the ones to beat. Sanpete, you know, there's several teams in 3A. They're young. They're good. They'll come back strong next year. So congratulations to the North Sanpete Hawks. This is where everybody wants to be on the last day of the season, and not everyone can be. There's only 2 teams that can do it. So congratulations to both teams, and commend them and their coaches and their fans, and for a wonderful season and just a great job throughout the state tournament. So classy young ladies, classy programs. It's just been a lot of fun to watch.
And so I believe this is the conclusion for the TeamHive.live sports schedule for this year, I think.
3A baseball.
Okay, we still got 3A baseball. Thank you. It's a conclusion for my involvement then, and I appreciate them allowing us to continue to be a part of this. And so thanks to them, thanks to all the sponsors, and thanks to Claire and Jordan, who are really the heart of Team Hive. They agree with me. So, but thank you to the sponsors. Thanks to Barrett. Thanks to Team Hive, KSL Sports. And so we'll see you as far as my participation, I guess, next year maybe.
Maybe.
So thank you. And I don't know if you want us to go through the presentation of the trophies here. North Sanpete receiving their trophy. And again, just say it's a tough pill to take. but hey, they got here.
They did.
And that's a testament to them.
Everyone wants to finish on top, and unfortunately there can only be one on top, but you know, that second place trophy, that means a lot, and that is an accomplishment. So congratulations to them.
Yep.
And congratulations to the Grantsville Cowboys.
There's only two that take home hardware.
Yep.
And this is Grantsville and North Sanpete. So for Barrett, Hilton, the girls, and the gang, and this is Dennis Aldridge for Donnie Pay. We'll be signing off. Thank you.
Have a great day.
If you haven't picked up your state beat flags yet, this first stop is open. Limited season still open over here on the west side of the stadium facility. This is Ryan Abraham.